Court documents tell a tragic story of a woman allegedly stalking her ex-boyfriend and traveling to his D.C. apartment to kill him. 37-year-old Nanjeski Disc tells police she blacked out and doesn't remember what happened.
This story you're about to hear is straight out of a true crime thriller, but it's real life. This story didn't unfold on your typical TV show. It happened in Washington, D.C., involving a woman from Chicago who crossed all boundaries of obsession. We're talking about Nanjeski Disc, a highly educated woman who was on the path to earning her Ph.D. in criminology, law, and justice at the University of Illinois, Chicago. But instead of using her education to fight crime, she became the criminal. Now, what makes this case even more mind-boggling is the fact that she wasn't just studying any subject. She was studying criminology, the science of crime itself. She knew the ins and outs of criminal behavior, and yet she crossed the line, transforming herself into the very subject she was studying. So let's dive into what happened. Terry Hickman. Terry was a 44-year-old divorced father of three who had recently relocated to Washington, D.C. from Nashville to be closer to his daughter, who was in graduate school at Howard University. Terry owned a small trucking company with 3 semi-trucks and was focused on expanding his business and providing for his family. He was known for his outgoing personality, and people naturally gravitated toward him. In February 2020, Nanjeski and Terry met at a party in South Bend, Indiana, where Terry was visiting relatives. She was 36 at the time, and he was 44. The two hit it off, and a romance quickly blossomed, taking root in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. But while Nanjeski quickly became deeply invested in the relationship, Terry was more cautious. Having already been through a divorce, Terry wasn't interested in committing to another exclusive relationship. He was clear from the beginning. He wanted to keep things casual, focus on his business, and maintain his freedom to date other women if he chose. His priorities were his work, his children, and rebuilding his life after his divorce. Their relationship, which began with such promise, lasted only 3 months. By May 2020, Terry had made the decision to end things with Nanjeski. She was becoming too attached, too demanding of his time and attention, and he didn't want to lead her on when he wasn't willing to give her the commitment she sought. He tried to end things amicably, asking her to stop calling and texting him, but Nanjeski didn't take the breakup well. She became increasingly desperate, refusing to accept that the relationship was over. Despite Terry's clear attempts to distance himself, Nanjeski continued to reach out to him incessantly. When Terry blocked her number, she only grew more determined. Her obsession began to escalate. She couldn't let go of the idea that Terry was the one for her, and she became fixated on winning him back, no matter what it took. In the months that followed, Nanjeski's behavior became increasingly erratic. She began stalking Terry, flying from Indiana to Washington, D.C. on weekends without his knowledge. She would rent a car, drive to his apartment, and watch him from a distance, lurking near his home. Terry, who was busy with his work and family, didn't initially realize the extent of her obsession, but he began to notice strange things. Once in September 2020, he saw her sitting in a car near his apartment at the Southwest Duck Pond, but he wasn't entirely sure it was her. Nanjeski didn't just stop at stalking him from afar. She also tried to get close to him through his family, hoping they would help her rekindle the relationship. She aggressively befriended Terry's loved ones, showering them with gifts and attention in a bid to win them over. She even arranged a summer internship at Notre Dame for Terry's daughter, Morocco, trying to ingratiate herself with those closest to him. She sent Morocco a Tiffany & Cohen bracelet as a gift, but Terry, aware of Nanjeski's intentions, insisted that his daughter return the gift and distance herself from Nanjeski. Despite these efforts, Terry was resolute. He wanted nothing more to do with Nanjeski, and he made that clear. But Nanjeski couldn't accept this rejection. Her obsession with Terry grew darker and more intense.
Listen, Kings, when obsession gets to this stage, you should always look over your shoulders.
Absolutely, and it is a very difficult story to tell. When you read through the court documents, it just spells out a very difficult and tragic story, obviously with a very horrible ending. Dix tells police she doesn't remember how she got to D.C. In fact, doesn't even know how she got to 4th Street here in Southwest. But according to those court records, She arrived to the apartment right behind me on Saturday. By 5:30, neighbors tell police they heard gunshots and then a woman screaming, "Please wake up, someone help me." Court documents tell a tragic story of a woman allegedly stalking her ex-boyfriend and traveling to his D.C. apartment to kill him. 37-year-old Nanjeski Disc tells police she blacked out and doesn't remember what happened. And even though many of the victims' neighbors did not want to talk on camera, they helped detectives piece this story together. According to court records, after hearing gunshots, neighbors saw Dix panicked and pacing the fifth-floor balcony, a gun in one hand, a cell phone in the other. When police got to the apartment, she was screaming but refused to open the door. When detectives got management to help them inside, the court documents say Terry Hickman was lying face down, shot 5 times in the back of the head and neck. Dix was kneeling over his body, one arm raised, another hiding the gun in her lap. After police cuffed her, court records say they opened her purse to hear someone on speakerphone. It was her mother on the cell phone. According to the court records, she told police her daughter said, quote, "He pushed me and I shot him." Dix was checked out at the hospital. Doctors say she displayed no signs of trauma. The court records indicate during her police interview, Dix was shown a picture of Hickman. She responded by saying in part, "Please make sure he is gone. You don't do people you love like that. I'm sorry."
This is the reason why men are choosing to go their own way and remain single. Imagine the sheer entitlement and non-accountability. If the script was switched, there would have been a national outrage and a call for the criminal's neck. Despicable.
It don't matter how old a man gets, he's always gonna have options. Younger, finer, fitter, willing. They wasted all their time telling all these good men, "Oh no, you're not my type, and you too broke for me." Y'all brag about the fact that y'all don't cook. You brag about the fact that you're not cleaning for nobody. You brag about the fact that you're selfish. You brag about all these things that are contrary to what a man wants. What happens is they start approaching that wall. Once they are approaching that wall, or once they hit it, they already got kids. They're not in their prime anymore. And then they get frustrated and try to convince other women that they also don't need men because now they no longer qualify. Now what are you left with? You're broken, used, washed up, your self-worth, your dignity, all of that done gone. Now what you gonna do? You love talking about yourself and you could do bad all by yourself and it's all about me and because I'm the one, because I'm the prize. Where are your results then? If you're the prize, who's the prize winner? If you're the prize, where is the collector of the prize?
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also check on the description box below for links to other amazing videos. Till next time, this is your guardian.